So hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Yesterday we have seen the different type of storages or the different type of instances that can be created by an using Amazon AWS software. So today we are going to see about EBS. EBS means basically it stands for block based storage, means that is a storage that is used for storing the data or the servers which are used to store the information for the purpose of the users to take the information or use the servers for their information or their output. So basically we can describe it by Amazon EBS allows you to create storage volumes and attach them to the Amazon EC2. As we have yesterday studied how to create an instance in EC2 by using Amazon AWS. Here we can add this storage volume to the main core part of the EC2, that is a virtual machine. So once you have attached, you can create a file system on the top of these volumes so that you can run databases and use them to use any sort of data that could be used as a block device. So you can bring the data from the block devices, or you can use the S3 storage as the input data or the input storage platform for this EC2 machine. So Amazon EBS volumes are placed in a specific availability zone where they are automatically replicated to protect you from the failure of the single component. Means you particularly, or the Amazon AWS will be having a particular zones. Those have these sort of secured EBS or back storage or block storage data forms, so that it will be centering you to the zone, so that you can select which zone you wanted to go or which zone you can enter. So in that zone there will be not only placed in one storage data or one storage form or in the one place, they will be stored in multiple places, so that it will act as a backup for anything, any one component fails in one system. So this is about EBS. So EBS has different type of volume types. So those are general purpose SSD, means this is a normal type of creating a data or taking a data or user of the storage. Next, provisioned IOPS SSD, means this gives an highest form of inputs or input output percentage like IOPS. So provisioned IOPS SSD type of the this EBS volume. Next we have magnetic type volumes. So in this general purpose SSD or the GP2, we will call it as GP2, general purpose balances both price and performance. So here the price is comparatively low to the other sorts of EBS volumes, so that here the price and the performance both are being managed to a certain extent, so that it is not expensive for a common user for take this purpose or take this type of volume to use it. Next we have the ratio of 3 IOPS per GB, which up to 10,000 IOPS can be generated. If we want to say, for suppose here I have read here 3 IOPS for 1 GB, means we have here 10,000 IOPS, means almost we can use up to how much data you can only calculate. So here the ability to burst up to the 3000 IOPS for extended periods of the time, so that the volumes under 1 GB. So if you want to use for 1 GB, you wanted to use so many data, you can use this type of general purpose SSD. So this is the type of volume type which can be used to create the data or used to store the data as a normal style or a CD style. So next we will go for the provisioned IOPS. So this is designed for the input-output intensive applications such as large relational and no SQL databases. So this has no SQL databases, but it will be designed for using several applications at the same time, or several users can be using the same application at the same time because of the servers. This if you need to use this, you need to have more than 10,000 IOPS. Means if you want to use this type of volume, you need to have minimum usage of at least over 10,000 IOPS. It can be giving up to 20,000 IOPS for you at the single second or the single time, so that you can use highest amount of data at the same time. Next, as I said here now, you have magnetic volume types. Throughout this entire data, as we discussed about it, magnetic types are the type we have in the block storage or the storage where it is concentrated at the place where the zones are available. So magnetic type volume types will be having different types of data storages, where the throughput optimized HDD is one form of magnetic volume. That is, it has big data and it will be sustained at the data warehouses. As I said, no, it is concentrated at the same place, and log processing, so that the person or the external interference is required for this to get the data so into the server. Next, cannot be used as a boot volume, means this cannot be used as a volume that is used for creating or vacuuming the place or the vacuuming the volume. Next, cold HDD SC1. So this is also another type of magnetic volume type, which is lowest cost storage for infrequently accessed workloads. Means this is compared to every other storage volumes or the volumes, this is the lowest cost one, because here the data which is used or the data which is stored can be hold in for so many days, so that if the file becomes cold, that means it is not in current running type or current using type, but if you want to use it after 1 month, then you can use this type of volume type, so that you can store the data and it will be preserved. So this is also cannot be used as the boot server, because here also a virtual interaction is required, magnetic type, and is stored at a particular place, so that the memory could not be erased, but the usage will not be as accurate as this general purpose and provision IOPS. So this works on file servers, so that the server will be maintaining can be done for the server. So standard magnetic type of this volume storage is also being used. This is the lowest per gigabytes for all the EBS volume to types that are bootable. Means as I said before, this cold one and throughput optimized HDD one cannot be used as in boot volumes. This can be used as a boot volume, and this is the less among the data storage servers or the data volumes, where it is the lowest cost per gigabytes of all the EBS volume types that are bootable, excluding these magnetic type which are throughput and cold. So this is an magnetic volumes are ideal for the workloads where data is accessed infrequently and applications where the lowest storage cost is important. So if you for suppose take some small application, it has small or required less data for maintenance of the server. So if you use this type of magnetic standard type of volume type, then you can use the server whenever you need, or the servers which you, whenever you want to access, so that it is not a regular or frequent use of the server will not be done at there. So this is the type of volume type which will be taken for taking the huge amount of data at low cost. Now we have different types of instances. As I said earlier, we have basically 4 types of instances. Those are on-demand instances, reserved instances, pod instances, and dedicated hosts. So as I said earlier, on-demand will be on-demand pricing and everything like that. Reserved will be taken for that certain amount of time, so that you need to pay the complete amount before the usage of the payment. Next we have spot instances. We will bid the payment, so that we will be bidding the amount that will be required for us to use the server for the particular time, up to when our bidding is equal to their rates. Next, dedicated host means, as I said, no, like magnetic volume types. This is also the dedicated host will be required for these volume types, so that the person or the external interference is required in the places that are required for showing us or showing us or sending us the data to the server. So we have in that Amazon instances or AWS instances. In this, if we create any one of the instance, we will be using first we will be selecting the Linux or Windows, so that Linux or Windows, after selecting it, we will be going into the tags or the choosing the instances type. Means, as I said, no, whichever instance we want to choose, like on demand or this type of 4 types of one, we will be selecting one, and we will be seeing the the data or the RAM or CPU or the amount of data that you can store at that point, so that we will be configuring EC2 instance, so that it will maintain the default and but checks the data, and it will be enabled as a public IP. So that adding the storage here, we will be saying that we will be adding the storage of either this general purpose SSD or this cost of provisioned IOP SSD or magnetic type or cold HDD or magnetic standard. So basically we will be using general purpose SSD for the storage of the data, or we will be taking of the data. If you want to use the load the data from the S3 as the starting IAM, if you want to use the S3 as a storage unit, you can go for opting the data, that is selection from the S3. So here we have different types of options like shutdown option. So if you want to shut down, or means if you want to stop the program today and work it on tomorrow, so you will use the stop, or else you will give the option terminate, so that it will be terminated by the end of the day. So by the end of the day, you basically need to terminate any sort of program or any sort of instance for not using of the any data that is required for today. Means if you have completed the running the program in the Amazon EC2, then if you need to delete or terminate it by that day, so that it will be not taking your entire space of the data. So here the shutdown option is given like that, so that we can give an enable termination protection, so that if we don't know, or if we by mistake we have taken the option terminate, but it will show us the pop-up option, so that we will be having a chance, that we will be having like second chance, so that we can see, oh, we have terminated but not shut down. So we need to go for changing your abilities, so that we can be able to either agree or disagree the statement that we require. If you want to really terminate it, we will go for disable the termination protection, and we will go for shutdown options, and we will be terminating it. So entire monitoring will be done on the Amazon EC2 for every instance of time. So for every second we will be having any sort of data, so that we will be requiring for controlling the EC2. Next we will be having user data. So we can use the user data in sort of as we have said now, we have at the starting we have used the Windows or Linux, means we have taken Linux, so that we will be giving the data or the code encryption. That is, this is the type of data that will be entered or executed at the starting point of starting a EC2 or instance. So whenever we here give a program, first it will check the patches or the running nodes or the any sort of errors that are required or are there in the application, or the any sort of starting of the instances. Then it will be created by this programming. So basically we will view Linux. In the Linux you will give shell scripting mode, so that it will be having basically a storage data of SSD will be having 8 GB of the volume for the Linux. And if you go for the Windows operating system, in that, as I said in the first term, we have taken the Linux, so that we will be having 8 GB of data for using an instance, but in the sort of SSD. But if we go for Windows and if we select SSD, then our computer will be using at least 30 GB of our data, internal data, so that it will be creating a new user, and it will be used for at least 13.5 GB is almost used for the internal purposes. So the 12 GB will be given for you in working of this data. So this is what we have known today for about EC2 or the EBS. Tomorrow we will learn about new things. Thank you.